talks, the whole world will shut her up. When a man talks, it's accepted. Wow. This thing must stop. And pastors will speak about it. The church must address this. Women are not born to be slaves. Women are not born to be punished. Women are not born to be stepped on. Because they didn't pick us from your feet, they picked us from your sight. And how God did it, we don't know. We're going to talk about those who are emotionally. You see, there are people that says that, you see, sometimes we should be careful, because if we don't know what is ahead of us tomorrow. I keep on saying this, and I will keep on saying this. Marriage is not a competition. Please, and being famous is not a competition. You see, one thing I love for us, all of us to learn, is that let's not be too desperate to be famous. Rather, let's be anxious, let's desire to impact. I'm telling you this. Some people will do everything to be seen. It's not everybody that needs to be seen. No. Let me tell you the truth. It's not everybody. You see, I have come to realize some people in life that when they get to a certain level, they don't know you again. Some people get to a certain level and they don't take advice. They don't humble. They become too bossy, arrogant. Pride destroys them because they think the level has changed. And there are people who are married. That physically, when you see them, they are okay. But spiritually, emotionally, they are dead. They are gone. They are dead already. They are just walking physically, but soon to be dead. Listen, marriage is not something we are killing ourselves for. Let's understand this. Marriage shouldn't be where one is scared of the other. It is never like that. It is not like that. You see, the man goes to beg the woman's family just to have their jewel in his house to help him build life. But the man doesn't go there to buy the woman. Let's make it clear. Let's stop being too abusive. Let's stop being too wicked. And let's rise up. This thing called marriage. This institute called marriage is not the soldier camp that we need to train people to become hardcore soldiers. No. This is too matured people that have weighed themselves and are ready to take the mantle or the baton that God has ordained for us to follow. It is a process. It's a journey God gave to us. Listen, and the women, don't ever get to marriage with the fear. I fear my husband. I don't fear. I respect my husband. Let's understand this. There are even some, you go to some churches and when the man speaks, the wife shouldn't speak because he's there. No. Even God himself that gives us blessings that come and let's reason together. We sit down and talk. God can come down to the level of our level and say, let's sit down and reason. And you are a husband or a wife that you can't reason together. What is it? And sometimes I blame some of our African men, the way the culture, the way they were taught, the things they were taught, and how they were taught. Some of them, when they're going, they tell them that when you go, if you give a woman a chance, she'll walk up. If you give a woman a chance, is a woman. I don't want to use this word. I don't get it. Is the woman not a human being? Is she not? Is the man more human than a woman? No. Somebody's daughter that she was also pregnant, the mother got pregnant when 9 months, as she also got pregnant with your son. The same blood flows inside you. The same blood flows inside her. You have a heart, she has a heart. But why do we treat some of the people? So when you go be hard on her, are you serious? Will God bring Eve to Adam for Adam to maltreat her and abuse her? No. If we don't understand the principles of marriage, we are in trouble. More things will happen. Serious issues are happening. No, it's just one or two. There are things that are hidden that are not known today, but they are more dangerous than what you hear today. No, do we marry to imprison somebody's daughter, or we marry to imprison somebody's son? It is a platform or a journey of mutual understanding. Marriage is not for the man or not the woman. Marriage is for the two of you to work it out. Marriage is God. Marriage is asking God, on this journey, I know I can't go alone. Therefore, I need a partner that understands where God you are taking us. Not taking me alone, taking us. And therefore, there is something I need to adapt to the man or adapt to the woman for us to make the journey so easy. What is it that when we get married, women are being beaten or men are bullied, abused? Where is it coming from? I still don't get it. I'm talking about marriage tonight. Serious issues about tonight. I'm talking about it tonight. So tonight, 7 p.m. be alert. Inform people. Let's understand it. Marriage is not somebody bullying somebody, you know. Because you are married the person, so you think you have bought the person. Who told you went? You see, this is what we need to understand. The Bible says, whoever findeth a wife. It didn't say whoever findeth a husband. Whoever findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor from God. That is why it is the right thing that a man goes to a woman's family and beg to get the hand of that woman to come and support, because the woman is the support team, that favor that comes to complete the man. So why then do you beat a woman that comes to complete you? I don't get it. Is it that we the women too don't understand? Or is it that the men don't get it? For now, it is difficult for a wife to speak to the husband. It is difficult for a husband to speak to a wife. What is that? This is the devil who is doing this. And the mindset that we put in our children when they are growing. When you get to marry them, if you have a son and he's going to get married, please be careful. The way women are, these women, if you go be hard on her, are you serious? Be hard on somebody's daughter. But your son is supposed to be okay. This is misunderstanding somewhere. There is some misunderstanding somewhere. The Bible says submit to the man. Doesn't mean that the Bible is saying you to go and be abused, be beaten. You have no right to talk. It is never done. It is never true. Being submissive means that now I am not on my own. When you read, it says that let's submit to each other. Then he comes and give a category of the things we must do. It means that now I am not working alone. So if I'm going to do something, I must work it out with my partner. That is it. I must give respect to my partner and know that I am no more alone, but I am with somebody who has taken the mandate to work with me on this journey. So therefore, if I'm going to take decision, he must be part of the decision I take on the journey, because the journey is no more me alone, but the journey is the two of us. So being submissive is all about this. That now, don't take decisions without him. You need to stand on a mutual agreement and understand that for you to get it, that when you were alone, you could have done the things you want to do alone. But thank God you've got a man that has got skills and power to be able to help you out with the decisions you make. That is submissive. Not doing things on your own, but giving respect to your partner and share ideas and move on the journey. But it is not that you marry a man for him to shut you up and you can't talk. Is it marriage? No. Do you think God made marriage as a soldier ground? Do you think marriage was made in a way to hurt women? Because many women are the ones that are always being affected. It is a journey of two people doing it together. That's why they said the two shall become one. It means that when we are one, our mind is one, our decision is one, our feelings becomes one. Everything we do is one. We don't separate. I am the man. What I say is final. It is not true. The Bible never said that. But it's with respect that when we talk, we are all ready to bring our views, and then at the end of the day, we allow the boss. That's when we say the boss is Jesus. That we bring ideas, we come in. Okay, babes, this is what I came up with. What I did was also bring. If you know you can do it alone, God will not have brought the woman into your life. God knew you can't do it, and that is why he brought that woman to come and help you on the journey. There's some things you think is right, but when there's other person that brings this idea, you will know, oh, okay, I thought I was right. But looking at your point too, I think what you're saying is right. Let's do it this way. That is marriage. Then we take it before God. Say, Father, this is what we want to do, but we can't take decision without you. Let your will be done. Simple. It is marriage. What is it that, who are you talking to? Where are you? What is it? What is it? What is it that we don't understand? Marriage is supposed to be so sweet, on the ground of mutual understanding, on the ground where we serve God together, on the grounds where we hold hands. You have got somebody on the journey that will not make you feel lonely. Sometimes when you're going alone, you feel too lonely, and you need somebody that can hear your heartbeat, hear your feelings, and be able to stand in for you when nobody is there. But now when we get married, it becomes an issue. A man gets home and is angry, shout on the wife anyhow. Please, God never made marriage like that. To bully anybody's daughter or anybody's son. Nobody bought the woman. The day of marriage, you don't buy the woman. You go to ask permission because you see that woman is that point where you'll be able to bring the best out of you. You see her as your shining star. You need her to complete your life. Without her, you can't do it. And the woman should also see that, yes, I may be the star, the shining star, but I need that man that can pick me up for me to be complete and shine for the world to see. I may be the star, but I'm not shining now until I get the right lantern or the right pole or the right direction to put my star on, so that the world will see that is the man. If we can agree to this, we are good to go. I don't get it where a man says, when I talk, don't talk. Why? You can talk, but she can't talk. Why? You see, let's respect each other, please. I beg you. Let's respect each other. If I should respect you, you must respect me. So many women are bleeding inside. You see, somebody is short. Maybe you are dead. You don't know. You have seen somebody is dead. You are dying in process. Pain. You can't voice out because the moment you voice out, they misjudge you. Who is misjudging you? It is up to them to misjudge you. Please, marriage is to be enjoyed. It's to be enjoyed. You see, husband not talking to wife, wife not talking to husband. But I keep on asking myself, who brought them together? You met the man, you met the woman. And out of all women, billions of women and billions of men, this is the one you want to settle your life, settle down with. And now, due to one or two things, don't you know it is not a normal thing that one or two, it's not every day we agree on things. So if you don't agree on things, why don't we laugh over it and move on? Why do we hold on to things? And she doesn't respect me. When I say, see, my dear woman, respect is very important. Not to only a man. Respect to everybody is very important. You can't respect one person, don't respect another. Respect is, everybody must be able to have that kind of thing inside him or her to respect. You see, if a man respects a woman, he will never beat the woman. It's not love. Listen. There are people outside there that they have no intimacy or any relationship with people, but they have respect for women. And therefore, when they see somebody abusing or beating a woman, they rush to fight for the woman because they feel The person is a human being, and therefore I cannot let the person go through pain, because if it is me, I will feel the same pain. Listen, if your hand is cut off as a man and you feel pain, if the woman's hand too is cut off, she also feel the same pain. Your pain is not different from her pain. Every pain is a pain. It depends on how we want to handle the pain. Where is all this thing coming from? That when a man marries a woman, that she becomes a slave. She becomes a slave to the man. The man can go out with his friends, play around and all that. And when the woman say, babes, I want to go to the restaurant there, and then, you know, every day in the house, I want to have some, 1 or 2, who are you going there with? What are you going to do there? Are you not a married man? Are you also not a married man? If you do, it's okay. But if somebody does, it's a problem. No, let's stop imposing things on people. Let's stop this. Let's make this thing clear. See the woman or the man you are married as your life, as you. Say therefore, the man will leave his father and his mother and cleave to the wife. You are attached to her. You are no more two, you are now one. If you are one, the way you are beating her, the way you are abusing her, the way emotionally you are destroying her, if it is you, will you be happy? Where did we get all these things from? What is happening? When a woman talks, the whole world will shut her up. When a man talks, is accepted. Wow. This thing must stop. And pastors speak about it. The church must address this. Women are not born to be slaves. Women are not born to be punished. Women are not born to be stepped on. Because they didn't pick us from your feet, they picked us from your side. And how God did it, we don't know. The abuse and the bullying is too much. And sometimes I blame some of the women. Yes, it is good to be in love. Please be in love whilst your mind. Yes, you can be in love. Why do we fall in love and lose our minds? We lose everything we are. We lose it. You love somebody to the extent that you don't love yourself. Most of the women that have lost it, mommy, I'll die. Are you okay? You are fine. You love somebody that you can't love yourself. You don't love yourself to the extent that you want to hurt yourself for the sake of a man. Does he care about you? Does he really care about you? Women, rise up. Rise up with that kind of attitude. Are you the only one to fall in love? Even are you the one to fall? This is the duty of a man to love you. We are taking over the man's duty, loving crazily. You know what you are going into will kill and destroy you. We will still say, hey, you know, the motherly hearts we have. Women have got a soft point. Please, we've got a soft spot. We have also got a wicked spot in us. Activate the good one at the right time. Activate the good point. If women will respect who they are, they will not allow anybody to abuse them. In the name of I love you. If you love somebody, you don't destroy them. If you love them, you stay back and rejoice with their lifting. If a husband cannot be happy of your progress, that man is a demonic person. Because if he want to progress, you can't progress. Why? When we were born that the man needs to make it before a woman can make it. What kind of life is this? There are some traditions, there are some families that they don't, if you marry a woman, please don't praise a woman too much. Don't give her a platform. Are you serious? Are men God and women devils? Let's straighten things up. Let's straighten it. If you can do it well, I can also do it well. There is no challenge. There is respect. There is mutual understanding. Do your own. Let me do my own. But at the end of the day, we come back together as one body, one spirit. We celebrate each other's strength. We celebrate each other's progress. What is the thing of some men will marry you and they say, don't go, don't work, stay home. I don't want you to work. Who are you? You don't want the person to work. And what? When the father and the mother were taking their daughter to school, do you think they gave birth to their daughter because of you? And you are now coming there to direct what they must do. Don't work. I don't want women that work. Men that do that, some of them are weak. Afraid of the woman's strength, afraid of the woman's getting bigger. You know, when women make money, they don't respect. Some don't respect because some have gone through their torture in the hands of men, and they have gone way beyond, and now they are ready to battle with the men tooth to tooth. That is wrong. Yes, it is wrong. Yeah, but you can't blame some of them. Some of them have gone through bullying when they had nothing. In the hands of the men they call the love. And when they make that decision, they say from today, we will not allow any man to rule us again. You see, it's because of the pain they've gone through. But I beg them to listen. Don't allow any pain to change who you are. No matter who you become in life, humility, obedience, submission, the fear of God, don't ever leave it. Please, please, I'm a woman. I have got feelings. My mother never gave birth to me to be bullied in the hands of any man. My husband came to ask me my hand for my family. No, he didn't buy me because he can't buy me. To bring me to join together, let's build a life together. Then when you come and join him and you're building life, then they begin to beat you up. Then they begin to punch you. And I sit there to watch him punch me. Am I serious? If I do that, I'm not serious. No, don't make some people feel as if they own you. You don't own anybody. The one that owns us is Jesus. He's the one that owns us. But we're on the journey together to where God has destined for us to go. So you coming to pay bride price. How much was it? How much did you pay? You pay $10,000. You pay $100,000, $200,000. You pay 350,000 pounds. Can that buy a human being? Somebody they gave birth to when we don't know where you were. And the father and the mother has trained the person to get to this level, matured enough, been educated, have their works they are doing, grown up and matured and knows their left and their right. And you saw that kind of gift in them. You saw that kind of skills in them, and you saw that these skills can help you to connect to your life. So therefore, I cannot just go and take somebody's job just like that. Let me go and then beg the family to let me have their child to walk on the journey with. And then when you do that, you think you've bought the person. And therefore, she should sleep and she has to sleep. But it's not time for sleeping. She should sleep. And you want to slap her. And she should be there for you to be slapping. She's also watching you slap her. Because some people will say that my mother said that if the way you are behaving, if I don't take care, you ride over me. If I ride over you, so what? Can't you also ride over me? So you want to ride over me? If you ride over me, it is okay. But when I ride over you, it is a sin. I want to ask this: when we get to heaven, are they going to judge men different? Judge women different? Would you stop this? Women, stop it. It is good to love, respect that man. But it is not good for you to be there and love somebody without loving yourself. If you love yourself, you don't let anybody be beating and slapping you, and you still stay there. The man has not married you. He can beat you up, lock you up. Sister, are you sound? Baby, are you okay? Are you sound? Mentally, you okay? And he comes and say, Mommy, he said he's sorry. Will sorry take the pain away? He has slapped you. Your eye is affected. Can the sorry heal the eye? Let me pour this water down on the floor. And I said, I want to pick it up. I can't get the same level. I'm not even getting anything. It will be wasted. So don't just intentionally pour the water. Once you know what you're pouring cannot be fixed back. Don't pour it once you can save it. You may get angry, but if you get angry, you need strength to use to open this water. Don't use that strength to open and destroy it. Use the strength to control yourself and save this, because this can save you tomorrow. Don't allow your anger and your ego, your pride as a woman, insult your husband or treat him and expect to get him back the way you saw him. There is a change. I will love you to the extent that I can let you go. If you love somebody, love them to the extent that this hurts so much. You need to let them go. It's better they stay afar and love them than them being close and kill them. Please. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. This thing must stop. It must end. See your partner as a partner. That you hold hands together on the journey. There will be days there will be misunderstanding. There will be days there will be conflict. That is part of human. If we don't agree, doesn't mean we are enemies. It's not everything we can agree on. There are some things we can't agree on. So you let it be. Then you move on. But don't you go kill somebody's daughter or somebody's son, all in the name of marriage. And you two, you sit there. They are booting you. They use your head on the wall. Hey! What is your problem? What is your problem? What is it? What is it that we are dying for? Or have the Bible said that if you don't marry, you won't go to heaven? Are we okay? The man comes and when he wants to sleep with you, oh Jesus. When your husband can't treat you well, or when they want to have sex, he doesn't even, sorry to use it, doesn't even have the mind as a man to know that you've not bought the woman. So it doesn't mean, hey, you're my wife, I have authority. Sleep there, let me sleep with you. You are okay? And the woman is there crying, sister, are you fine? Crying, then they will force her, and then he will sleep with her, and she get hurt, and she still stayed there, thinking this man is a correct man. This man up there, he has an issue. Let's take him to the psychiatric hospital, because every man that has correct brains, that his mind is working, will not do this. Something is wrong up there. Don't take it as a joke. Then you sit there. Then he beats you up on the slightest thing. Shut you up. Beat you up. And when they call, you see, one thing is that when they call elders into people's marriage, they always accuse women. No matter what the woman say, he's a man. And I agree with that. For that, yes, that's our tradition. So after you say he's a man, when the woman dies, man, bury her. She's a woman. She needs to die. Women needs to die. Men needs to live. Mr. Man, be careful. Be careful, because that woman is not your property. Be careful. That woman belongs to God. She's not your property. Be careful how you treat somebody's daughter. She's not your property. And woman, don't sit there for somebody to bully you because of marriage. Don't. If a man fears God, he won't do some things to a woman. A man that wants to go far must learn how to respect the woman in their lives. And a woman that wants to get to the higher height must submit to a man that fears God. That is all. There are many women when you see them outside, they are dead inside. Their husbands have made them believe that you don't look beautiful because you gave birth. Your shape has changed. Look at your stomach. So because of that, he want to cheat. Pick another side chick, a slim girl with a flat tummy. And the woman is dying, doing everything so that you want to kill yourself. Because there is a man, somebody's son somewhere, who doesn't appreciate anything. Who is selfish. Whose brains has an issue. Forgetting that when a woman gives birth, things change in her life. When a woman goes through pregnancy, things change in her life. And there is pressure on women. Do this or do that or let the men go and get pregnant and see how it is. Woman, if you are blessed to have children and your belly is big, you tried everything, it's still the same. Please, leave it that way. Don't kill yourself for anybody. For when we die, flat tummy doesn't matter. Big tummy doesn't matter. When we die, we are dead. What is it? Are you the young girls? You the young girls coming. You the young girls coming that you think that with your flat tummy and your pumping buttocks and your pumping breasts, you love to be side chick, useless side chicks. Allowing people's husband to be sleeping with you. Oh, beautiful journey for you. Continue being side chick, taking people's husband. It's a good journey, good job. Good job for you. You will never grow, so it's okay. Continue with your side chick journey. We have no respect to womanhood. You have no respect to your fellow woman's home. And all you think about is to show your nakedness, your breast to some men who also are not responsible with their life. With no excuse, I won't say any, I won't give. Because if you're a man and you respect your home, you respect God, you will not go too cheap to be sleeping with small girls that are like your daughters. Even some of your daughters are older than them. Where are we going to? Where is Christianity going to? Where is the church? Even the church, where is it? Where is the power in the church? Where is it? Everybody is doing what they want to do. Grown-up men don't respect themselves. Young girls don't respect themselves. Everybody is messed up. Everybody is gone. Everybody. Young girls are not, now some of them are not ready to work hard. Get something skills. Learn some trade. Become a staff for people to educate. Oh. All they know how to do is to pump breast, pump back. Go naked. And they are proud of it. Because they are, whether stars or famous, I don't know. Sister, continue. It's a beautiful journey. For whatever a man sows, he will reap. Some are happy. They are people's husband side chick. Shame on you. I am scared for what you are doing. Because tomorrow you are not the only one that will carry the case. Your generation will carry it. He said, what God has put together, let no man put asunder. You are not afraid of the curse of God. You are not afraid of the curse of God. It is not man, but the curse of God. Find your own man. Somebody say what? Their wives are not good in bed. So the young ones are good in bed. Continue being good in bed. So all the young girls want is when it comes to bed, that is what the excuse they give. The old men, their wives are not good in bed, but their wives have been with them before you met them. They have been with them for years. They were not good, but they have been with them and built a future with them up to now. You that you are good in bed, what do you have? The only thing you know is sex. That same sex will destroy you. That man has been able to stay with their wife all this while, whether good in bed or not. He chose this woman, build a future together, and God has blessed them together. And now because he has got money, he now is able to tell you, the small girl with your small waist, with your meow face, that my wife is not good in bed. So you are the one that is good in bed. Okay, enjoy. Let them buy you a car, buy you houses, make money, build companies. Go ahead. One day, one day, they will all come crashing down on you. Because if you take something that doesn't belong to you, you will definitely pay for it. If it's 30 years, you will pay for it. My dear, their wives are good in bed. It is not that they are not good in bed. It's the men who are, some are selfish. Which good in bed? What at all is that young girl doing? Your wife is not good in bed. You are old and she's also old. Does she have to remain the way she was when she was 25? Are you serious? Can we calculate it? This small girl you are paying is 20 years or 80 years. Can you compare her strength to a woman who's 56, 60 years? Can their strength be the same? What are you talking about? Can a 25 years or 22 years, 20 years, 18 years, who has never given birth, who has never pushed a baby out from her vagina, forgive me, who has seen nothing in life, can it be possible the woman you have worked with for years, and now she has 4 or 5 children with you, she's 54 years, and you meet a girl who is 20 years, are you going to compare the 20 years girl to the woman who is 56 years? Are you okay? Are you okay? They sleep with the young girls because of their selfish needs, not because of sex or anything. Because they are not content with the woman they have lived with. You want an old woman who is 60 years, 53 years to come and twerk with a young girl who is 18, 20 years. Your brain, is your brain okay? Is it possible? I should come and twerk and break my waist. Or I want to keep my marriage. Please, please, please. Please. 21 years, continue twerking. 18 years, twerking. 25, continue twerking. 30 years, the twerk will minimize. 35 years, you will stand when you are dancing. You can't twerk again. Because when we grow, things change. So if today you are 18, you are 20, 25, and you think you can fight with a woman that has stood with their husband for years, or because the husband has come, an old man like you behave as if you're a child. You go to this child that can be your daughter, and go and disgrace your wife to this child. You, the old man, yourself, is your brain, are you okay? But my wife is not good. My wife is like this. Your wife is like this, but she has stood with you. Now you are still standing as a man, have money, have everything. And you can, because you have met a small girl. Because you have met a small girl who is senseless, who has no direction in life, whose direction is to fool around. That's what you want. And you young guys, listen, they are sleeping with you, Keke. If somebody steals and buy your house and buy your car, don't be too happy. They know what they are getting out of you. They are wasting your future. Your 20 years blessing is what they are wasting today. 20 years to come, you will cry. So don't be too happy. When the man buys you a car, somebody's husband buys you a car, buys you the latest car. It can be latest today. 10 years can, will it still be latest? Let's use our brains a little. They buy you A new car 2020. Then you register it, then you are flaunting it. Very soon we are getting to December. Very soon will be in January. 2020 will be over. It will be 2021. That car you were flaunting around, the new ones will come. And when it comes, your old cargo will be an old car. So if somebody bought you before a house, slept with you, misused your body, your pride, your dignity, your glory as a woman, that kind of favor that is installed in you for a car, once you can work hard with dignity and pride and buy your own car and sit in it with pride, knowing that you were not slept with, you are not abused in the name of getting a car, but with your hard work and your submission to God and your faithfulness to God, you have earned it. You walk with pride chest out, knowing that this is not by sleeping around, but this is by my hard work. Hey, whatever you are sowing today, my dear young girl, you will pay for it. You will pay. Your daughters will pay. Your sons will pay. This one, you can't run away from it. Joke around. Think you have got everything. That house you sleep in, 20 years to come, you will sell it because you go to danger, dangerous times. Then you will give advice to young people that, hey, these things you are doing, I did the same thing. It never helped me. My dear young girl, please, at this age that you are, find something important to do with your life. Don't follow this fame thing. There's nothing in it. It is pressure. There's nothing. It is fake. Be yourself. Live your life and be appreciative. Value what you have. Don't compare yourself with anybody. Any man that is married and come and lie to you about the wife, if the wife is married, it's your business. You are an angel. You are an angel, so the wife is not good. Mommy said the wife doesn't respect. You respect. When you stay with him, as this woman has stayed with him for all these years, you will know why the woman behaves like that. Your time will come. You know, when they hear they say the wives are not good, then the women will do everything for the man to see that, oh, she's better. She's an angel. Man, Papa, when you are grown, please, wise up. Wise up. Wise up. You, this man that you want to, because you have money. You see, when people have money, they think they can control everybody. But listen. Stephanie, how are you? Listen. Your money cannot control sickness. Listen, man, Mr. Man. Mr. Man, Mr. Big Boss. Mr. Big Man, Mr. Prophet, Mr. Archbishop, Mr. Bishop, Mr. Bank Owner, CEO. They have names. They talk. And everybody submits. Okay. They say when money talks, everybody shut up. Brother, Papa, when sickness talks, your money will shut up. So continue where you are going. Oh, that way you are choosing. Somebody said, Mommy, the man takes care of me. Oh. Mommy, he's the one that takes care of me. He said he wants to open a shop for me. Sister, are you correct? Should in case you are the one that your husband will do this, will you be happy? We are too selfish. It's about us. He's doing this for me. He wants to do this for you. So because of the things he wants to do for you, you want to destroy somebody's home. Remember this. Every minute that you spend with this man, add 100 times of the curses you go through in life and your children. So continue enjoying that comfort. Hey, they are able to flaunt their homes, flaunt their bedrooms. Hey! I am scared for some people's future. It's today you think you are fine. Put this video down 10 years to come. These people, they will be on fire. I beg you. I beg you. Save your life. The things they may be given to you may be so attractive. It is better to ignore the attractions and save your life. Be careful whoever you want to mess up with. Always happy destroying people's home. Always happy flaunting their small waist. I don't know where more. See, you think you won't grow, so you want a small waist. You won't grow. These young girls have come. They pump breast though. They have not breastfeeded any child before. So they pump up. Some people have given birth, but because they want to still slay, they go and sleep there for doctors to pump things into their breast. Is your brain okay? Are you okay? Don't you know things will change? You don't know things will change. You think your breast will remain the same forever? It can never happen. And they go and pump. And pump their butts because they want to be shaking their buttocks. I scream to use this word, shame. Shame on you. You've lost your self-esteem. You go through operations, go through pain, all in the name of getting attracted to a man who has money. He said, so you can't work and make money. I wonder, is money making only for men, that women can't make money? I wonder. So you don't want to do it. Some even they've gone to school. They have potentials. They are blessed. But still, they wouldn't use what they have inside them, their skills, to do something. But they want to sleep with people's husbands. Okay? It is always a curse. The Bible says whoever will enter into anybody's marriage and bring confusion, you are cursed. I can't curse anybody. It is God. I'm speaking the word of God. The curse is not in my hands, it's in God's hands. Whatever you do, listen. If even the woman doesn't come to call you and curse you, you know, there's some women, they are crazy to the extent that they will take you to shrines and go and kill you. And there are some women who will cry to God. Cry to God. And those people are the more dangerous people. Those who doesn't go to shrine but cry to God, they are dangerous. If even she doesn't know, she doesn't cry, God himself who sees will punish you. She's bold enough to tell you she's taking your husband. People like that, don't fight with them. If a side chick calls you and tell you that, yes, we are all enjoying your husband, so please shut up and, man dear, don't bother. Don't mind them. Don't give that cheap people who don't value themselves chance to be exchanging words. Tell them, you know, my dear, I am blessed to be the wife. And if there's something I'm not doing right, I pray to God to help me. But I'm scared for your future. You are a young child, you can be my daughter. I'm scared what your future will be, because this thing you are doing will attract curse from God. Even demonic word will attract curse. So my daughter, be watchful. You may be young today, but you will soon grow. I'm telling you this. Young girl, find your way. Build yourself up. That is why most of you allow the money to overtake you, and when they marry you, then they beat you up. They will maltreat you because they saw you came, you are an opportunist. You came because of the money. So when they give you the money, they should beat you up with it. And you can't go because you don't want to go because the money is there. And people can rent their life because of the comfort they will get. Mommy, if I leave, who will rent my house for me? I will better sleep on the street than to be beaten by a man. I will sleep on the street. To be beaten by a man, I will sleep there. Because that one day, he will beat me up and I will not get up again. So if I sleep outside today, will I sleep there forever? No. Times will come. Things will change. Be careful. Be careful. Let's be careful of the things we do today. And when you marry a woman, you've not bought her. And women, please wise up. Not because of marriage you will die. Wise up. Because we don't know how to pray. Because we are not serious about God. Because we don't find our way with God. We always sit there lazing around for people to abuse us. And we sit there.